Just the other day, Monday, actually, a day ago, Capcom made some pretty cool announcements. Street Fighter 6 is being worked on, and the one I was more excited about, as there's way more information, Capcom Fighting Collection was announced for Steam, Switch, PS4, and Xbox. Got Darkstalkers, Vampire Saviors up on there, Red Earth for the first time on home console, all with rollback netcode online play. Pretty excited for that one, but Street Fighter 6, I'm always excited for Street Fighter games, fighting games from Capcom, but there really wasn't a whole lot to look at with that one. They released a short little teaser, just some little CG-ness going on there. More news coming summer 2022. So pretty soon, right? Not much to really look at with this game. But I remember reading my comments going through and seeing some people like, hey, this logo that they're using for Street Fighter 6, it's kind of looking like the NFT logo. What's going on here? And for real, I mean, the logo for Street Fighter 6 really isn't like the most artistic expression of a Street Fighter game ever. It's a clean looking logo. When I first saw it, I didn't really think too much of it. Just like, this, I don't know, maybe they're trying to, little angles on there, clean. I don't know. It's just a clean logo, but it didn't like jump out at me as Street Fighter. Like if I seen that, I wouldn't know it was Street Fighter if it didn't say Street Fighter underneath it, right? It was just kind of a basic logo. That was it. Nothing to like get too excited about, complain about, whatever. And yeah, it is fairly similar to the NFT logo. Same stylized look there. The Street Fighter logo does have the little splashes going on there, right? The little overspray. But yeah, looking at past Street Fighter logos, they all look quite a bit better than this, in my opinion. But hey, that's neither here nor there, as ladies like to say. But with the similarities to the NFT thing, which I thought was maybe it's just a coincidence, a little quinky-dink action. But now it's getting a little more interesting. So not just with that NFT similarity, there is some accusations going around. And I've been seeing a lot of reports on this. And I think the first person to point it out was this individual, Auric, who works for Ars Technica, pointed out that the Street Fighter 6 logo, they say it is an $80 Adobe stock photo that you could license. I don't even know what to say. I knew it was generic, but I didn't realize it was this bad. But I want to hear from you guys because we're going to look at them side by side here. And with, is it a coincidence all these logos are very similar? Okay, I mean, is it? Look at the Street Fighter logo. Look at the Adobe stock photo. Now let's look at them side by side. And I'm just telling you right now, I want to hear from you guys. Is Capcom lazy? Is this just uninspired? Did they come up with this on their own? Did they steal it? Did they pay Adobe? Who the frick knows unless Capcom says it themselves? But I want to know what your guys' opinions are. But I'm going to point out some things here because there's a lot of, and one thing to point out before I point out some shit is I'm not defending Capcom. I'm just pointing out differences, okay? That's it. You come to your own conclusions. I'm not even sure what to think here. But the similarities, the shape, the SF. How many different ways can you design an S and an F? There's millions of different fonts, right? Now, the one thing that I would argue is that the font here, if you look at it, you will realize it's not the same font. There are differences. But okay, let's start from the outer edge, the ass edge of this logo. The Street Fighter logo, the outer brim is thinner. Okay, whatever. This is a basic shape. This is not a crazy shape that an artist came up with. It's a basic shape. It's been around for ages, right? You learn this stuff in kindergarten. Now, the Adobe one, it's thicker. It's a little thicker. Not to say Capcom couldn't have seen this or bought this and thinned it out. I don't know. But that shape and then having the S and the F kind of go around each edge, right? I get it. Like, that kind of works. Like, how many people could come up with this kind of logo, right? I could imagine hundreds, maybe thousands may have had similar ideas in the past. I don't know. But now let's look at the S and the F because they are not exactly the same. They do have where they curve or they edge to the edge of the shape on the outside, right? But that's kind of where some things start to change a little bit is, really looking at it. Okay, so the S, for example, the little overhang here, I don't know the proper wordage for that part of an S, so whatever. but it's shorter. It's shorter, but the font's a little bolder, a little thicker than the Adobe one, right? The Adobe one extends down further, but this one's thicker. So maybe making it thicker made it not as long, right? I don't know. But now when we look at the actual S, right, and even the F, right, it's going to be the same. Where it's sharp right here, and it kind of goes with the edge of this corner on the shape there, right? It aligns with it. This one's curved. It's curved, so it's different. It's way different, way different. Curved, right? Other than the tops and the bottoms, right? And then this edge and these edges, but up here it curves, but everything else stays straight, right? But now the other thing, this is a directly horizontal with the middle of the F and the S. On the Street Fighter logo, they angled down, so it is not the same font. It's not the same font. They didn't just take this. Did they take it and like put white right here? Maybe they did. They took white and then they put it like they went down and over and curved it. Maybe they did, right? And then they took that. That's why it's thicker, right? And then they went that way, but it'd be way too thick. I'm not really 100% seeing it. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Who knows, right? But let me know what you think. Obviously, they added Street Fighter down here, and then the 6 with the overspray. The logos are very similar. I wouldn't go as far as saying that they stole it because it just, I don't know. I don't know. But Capcom has in the past had a little rocky history with alleged stolen artwork, right? And this actually was just recently, this lawsuit was recently resolved. There was an artist that accused Capcom of stealing photos and whatnot that they had taken, and they used them, Devil May Cry and Resident Evil, without commissioning it or paying for it or any kind of credit. You can't just take somebody's work and use it, that kind of thing. You can't be like, well, we'll pay you late. Like, it doesn't work that. You got to come up with a deal, right? And they didn't come up with a deal, and it seemed way beyond coincidence. Like, there's all sorts of evidence out there with, like, some glass texture being used in the Resident Evil logo. Yeah, logos again, right? This individual, Jurassic, I don't know how to say that. My apologies. Said that she took the photos of the glass in Italy. And they say it's hard to imagine that she would have taken a photo of shattered glass in Italy and the interior mansion door design, and that Capcom artist would reproduce the same exact pattern, right? Like, it was just that much of a coincidence. Everything is a coincidence, right? It's just nuts. All these different photos that were taken, who knows what else is out there? But there was a complaint filed, the lawsuit and everything, and it says down here on Polygon, February 8th of this year, update, the photographer Judy and Resident Evil developer Capcom have filed to dismiss the lawsuit regarding the use of her alleged stolen photographs in Capcom games. Details are not publicly available, which essentially means that they agreed to pay her. Like, that's pretty much what happened. Like, okay, like, let's dismiss this, not admit fault. Like, we didn't steal shit, but we're gonna give you some money to just not go to court. Let's not take this to court. Not talk about, you signed an agreement that you're not going to publicly speak on this kind of stuff, right? And all that. But yeah, they filed a dismissal and it was agreed upon. So the judge dismissed everything. And I'm pretty damn sure this individual was paid some money because of their stolen work, right? Even though there was no, like, I don't think there was any fault being admitted that they actually did it. But I'm really curious to hear from you guys. What do you think? Are people just blowing this up out of proportion on this one, or is Capcom's past history repeating itself? And even if it's not the case, it's just hard to believe them when they've done this kind of stuff in the past. To me, I understand if that's somebody's take, but I just feel like there's too many similarities between logos nowadays. I was looking at articles a little while ago of like companies that just blatantly ripped off like logos. And there's a few of them. It's like, okay, this was like crazily heavily inspired. It wasn't just a basic shape and you put letters in there to conform to the shape type of thing, like what's going on with the Street Fighter logo. But you could say they seen it and they heavily edited it, or they just had a similar idea. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. Really do appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys, big ass blurry thumb butt like a Bigfoot. Let me know down below. Appreciate you guys. Bye.